Okay, hello Algebra group, we're doing some rearranging, but first a bit of revision. This in the red box here is called a term. The 4 that's in front of the letter is called the coefficient. The letter is called the variable because that's the one we can change, so it varies. And the power is called the power, or the index, or the whatever you want to call it. Those terms you need to know. Also you need to know that you can only add and subtract like terms. Terms are like if they have the same letter to the same power. 4x squared and 3x squared are like because they have the same letter to the same power. You can add and subtract those. 4x squared and 4x cubed are not like because they have different powers even though they have the same letter. Carrying on with rearranging. When we solve equations, it's like a process of undoing. This is a reminder example. 4x squared plus 6 equals 106. How do we solve that? Use our backtracking. First thing that happened to x was it was squared. The second thing, it was multiplied by 4. And then our little x had 6 added to it. This made it equal 106. To undo that, we've got to subtract 6 first. So 106 take away 6 gives us 100. And then we have to divide by 4 because divide's the opposite of times. 100 divided by 4 gives us 25. And the last thing was the opposite of squared is square root. So we have to square root 25. Square root of 25 is 5. So x equals 5. We can apply this to equations that don't equal a number, but they equal a letter. The equation for the circumference of a circle is c equals pi times diameter. If we're asked to rearrange this to find d, the diameter, we do exactly the same process as we've done here. D, this is the story about d because we're finding d, was multiplied by pi and that made it equal c. So to undo that, we divide by pi to get c over pi. So diameter equals c divided by pi. Number 5 on page 85 in your books says, please rearrange w equals 2t plus 7 divided by 3 to make t the subject of the equation. Means the same thing as finding t. Rearrange to make t the subject of the equation. So, here's the story of what happened to t. T was multiplied by 2, then it had 7 added to it, and then it was divided by 3. All of this made it equal w. To undo that, the opposite of divided by is times, opposite of plus is minus, opposite of times is divided by. So we go through the process. Take our w, times it by 3. That means we get 3w. Take our 3w, subtract 7. 3w take away 7. Take this part of the formula, divide by 2. We get 3w take away 7 divided by 2. So, t equals 3w take away 7 divided by 2. And that's the rearranging of this formula. Do the rest of the questions on that page.